What's up, guys, and welcome back to Project Z Garage. Today we're going to be working on the BMW 535i M Sport. We're going to be doing maintenance to the rear brakes and also upgrading them. As you can see here, these are electric brakes. So the first thing we're going to have to do is put the rear of the car into service mode. That you could do either with an app. I think there's a couple of apps you can get on your phone. What we're going to be doing is using our Autel, which I'll link in the description below if you're interested in getting one of those. It's really helpful if you plan on doing any major maintenance or anything to your BMW or any car that you have. And there's like subscriptions to different things that you can get from the Autel, and kind of go in depth on different functions of your car. And it's a really good tool to have, especially now with these newer cars. Everything is electronic, everything's computerized and programmed. You need a tool like that to kind of diagnose and kind of troubleshoot a lot of the functions on these new cars. We're also going to be painting these calipers to match the front big brake kit that we did from the M Sport. I think it's the I think it's either a G30 caliper that we used on the front, something like that. But it's the Brembo 4-piston, so we're going to try to match that blue. It's probably not going to be exact because we're using an off-the-shelf color, but it'll probably be close enough. So we'll try it out. Worst case, we'll have to redo it. And then we can get a closer match if we want to. I think in the future I might change the colors of the calipers altogether. So this is just going to hold us over till then. We're also got some drilled rotors too to add on to the brake kit. We're probably going to show you the whole process on the driver's side. This we're probably going to complete on this side. This way I can get all the sizes and things you need when we go on the other side. But first things first, let's put the car into put the rear brakes into service mode so that we're able to get the calipers off and also put them in the right position when we do the upgrade, and so that we can push those pistons back to get the pads in. All right, guys, so we have the Autel hooked up to the BMW F10 535i, and what we're doing now, we're using it to put it into, or we're activating the install position, which will retract the pistons in the rear all the way out. This allows us to change the pads, replace the actuator, a bunch of stuff that you would have to do. And the thing is, the only way to do this is that you need some sort of device, either your phone with a program or an app. I think, like, I forgot, there's a couple of diagnostic apps that BMW has that you can buy and install on your phone, or have an Autel, which we have the Autel because we have a bunch of different vehicles, and this covers all of them. And it allows us to go into a lot of the functions of each car and you know, diagnose them, put them in service mode, and a bunch of other stuff. So we've just clicked the activate the install position. So now we can go and work on taking off the caliper and getting it prepped so that we can paint them and clean them up and work on replacing the brake pads and the rotor. All right, guys, so we're here with the rear brakes. We're putting on new rotors. These are going to get painted, and we got the ceramic Brembo pads to put in, so that'll be really cool. I think it's going to look really nice once we're done. We're painting these to match the blue on the 4-piston M Sport calipers from the front. So we already put it in service mode. Here is the plug for the electric motor for the caliper, so it's going to push down. And hopefully, sometimes you got to push in and then push out. All right, I might need two hands for this. Hold on. Yeah, can I get it? There we go. So we got that out. We'll get it. There's a mount back there. We want to get it out of this mount because we're taking it completely off. We have some Turner steel braided brake lines. So We got these Turner steel braided brake lines. They're in blue, so it'll match everything else on the wheels. I mean, on the brakes. I thought I had a part number, but I mean, honestly, if you go to their, oh, here we go. So it looks like the part number, there's a couple of numbers on this. There's a 3970070, and then at the bottom there's a 028603 TMS02A. So we're gonna throw these on once we got the caliper completely off, because we are gonna paint these off the car. We're gonna hang them up and give it a good coat of paint. It also makes it a lot easier to clean it, very in depth, you know, because when the caliper and the caliper bracket are together, it's hard to get on the inside and things like that. So separating them is the best way to do that. What else we got to do here so we can get to it? Just so you know, the caliper, so bracket is a 13 millimeter. The brake line, the hard brake line to the soft brake line, that is an 11 millimeter, is from what I saw. Be very careful, because different manufacturer of tools, even though they all say that they're 11 millimeter or 13 millimeter, they have different tolerances, and I find certain brands are tighter tolerances, some are wider, so be careful. You're also gonna need a 15 millimeter to get on this inside nut, because when you start loosening this outside one, this inside nut here will turn, and this is your actual slider here that's connected. So you're gonna have to hold that still, and you need a thin wrench to fit here. The thicker head wrenches don't fit, so it's kind of crazy. So let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. So this is like a cheap 15 millimeter wrench here, or wrench, and you can see how thin it is, and that fits perfectly in between the metal sleeve here. Like it has like a collar here and then the bracket here, so it fits perfectly in between that. But if I use another 15, so this is from my Pro, what is this, Pro Metric whatever one, this one's a lot thicker, and trying to get in between there, as you can see, it won't fit. It's very tight to get in there. So just so you know, little things like that can hold you up when trying to do these things. But let's get to it. Let's get this caliper off. We got to get the rotor off. Oh, this nut here that's holding the rotor on, this is a 6 millimeter Allen head. I think it's a 6 millimeter Allen head that's holding that on. So let me see, I think I have this. Yep, 6 millimeter, and that fits in here. Yep, and then we can take this off like that. Don't lose your nuts. Get a magnetic tray to put it in, just to make life easier. Now we're going to take these 13s off. There and there. Voila. And now we need to work on breaking that loose. I also got these off of Amazon. I'll put some affiliate links. These are to cap the brake lines. So once we separate this, we're gonna, it has a little groove there that slides over that, and then he squeezes on to stop the brake fluid from leaking out. This will give us the time we need to paint the calipers, and we're not rushing to get everything back together. So that's great. Let me set you up and let me start working on that. Also, yes, this is, I believe, is a 15. You're gonna have to hold the bottom and the top at the same time. right. Put this on. There we go. Oh, there we go. It's the top one. Let's get the bottom one. I can't see. Voila. So that is the caliper bracket. It's look how bad that is. That all has got to get cleaned up, and we're gonna clean it up nice and get ready for paint. Guys, so Al's working on cleaning up the casting on the rear calipers on the BMW. These castings are horrible. I mean, they're rough as hell. But we're gonna give it a decent. We're not gonna go perfectly smooth because, you know, it's kind of what is it, diminishing returns?
Correct, yes.
Where you want to get it 80% there, so this way the paint will stick and it won't look clumpy when you spray it. We got the other side off and we're spraying them. They're in the sun, but they don't look too bad. This is, I think, the second coat, so we'll give that one more coat. But it's looking good. It's looking pretty good. I don't know if that's gonna help if I do that. The color is not a spot-on match, but it's pretty good. It's close enough. We're using Rust-Oleum metallic. I thought it had the color on here. If I can find the link to where I got it from, I'll post it up. One of my affiliate links from Amazon. I think that's where I got it from. But I think it's like an, I would say what, like an 80% match?
Yeah.
It's like 80% match. I mean, if you want it perfectly matched, you could go and spend a ton more money, get a paint sample and try to get it as close as possible, or just spray everything front and rear calipers all together or get them powder coated. I kind of wasn't sure if I liked the blue or not, so I figured this is a cost-effective way of trying it out and see if I like it or not. But yeah, we're gonna give it about 2 or 3 coats. We're going back and forth if we should clear it or not. We're going, maybe we won't clear it, and because I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna go with it, so we'll see. But it's a process. This is a lot more work than most people would put in to just spray their calipers, but I figured I'll try it out and see what happens. So we're gonna get to it once we get all the paint on both of these calipers. We'll get back with you guys on installing them with the new rotors and pads. All right, guys, so we're gonna continue working on getting the rotor off. We've already removed the retaining bolt or screw, and you know, this has been on the car through many seasons and it's pretty much rusted on. Even though this is an aluminum hat, the back between the two, you know, brake dust and also unsimilar materials, if it's steel behind it, whatever, corrosion occurs and the rotor is pretty well seated on there and it won't come off. So first thing we can do is use a little like dead blow hammer here and just work around and just kind of bang on it, see if we can get it loose. But that does not seem to be working. So let me set you aside and we're going to use the big sledge. We're not reusing this rotor, so if we beat on it, it's okay. It's going to go in the garbage, go for recycling. But we need to get it, we need to shake it loose. So this could get a little violent. And just like that, work your way around, we can get the rotor out. As you can see, a lot of corrosion around here. We're going to clean this up with a wire wheel and put a little anti-seize behind there before we put the new rotor on. Alright guys, so we got the wire wheel on it. We cleaned up around it as much as we can. Spray it down with some brake cleaner, wipe it down, and now we're going to just hit a couple dabs of anti-seize behind the new rotor. This way it doesn't get you know, corroded, or it doesn't get stuck to the hub here again the next time we need to do a brake job or need to get it changed. So Al's grabbing the anti-seize so we can dab it on there, and oh, there he goes. You know, you don't gotta go crazy here, just a little bit around it, and voila. Now we'll put the new rotor on, and we'll use that set nut for the rotor to hold it in place, and you guys can check out what the new rotor looks like. On there. That anti-seize works so good. Won't even hold on anymore. There we go. No, don't put that there.
You want me to spray that? Did you already spray it, or you need another coat or no?
I put one coat right now, so if it give it another couple minutes, then.
Oh.
All right, guys. So we got our new rotor on, nice and painted. So hopefully that'll help prevent the rust. It's drilled. And as you can see, it is labeled left driver's side, so we know we did it right. A lot of times there's a lot of criticism and speculations on which way these drill holes are supposed to angle towards. Most people feel like it's supposed to be the opposite. As the wheel turns, the drilled hole should be going away, but you know, the manufacturer made it the way they made it. Depending on the inside curvature of the fins, you know, it could go either way depending on the design of the rotor. These are clearly marked left driver side, right passenger side, so we know from the manufacturer that we did put it on the right side of the car, and it you know, is correct. So we still have a few coats of paint to put on the calipers. Once they're done and dried, we'll reassemble it with the new pads from Brembo, the ceramic ones, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, we put together the caliper bracket, new sliders. Well, these are just greased up, but these the clips for the brake pads to slide on, those are put back in and cleaned up. And now we're gonna attach them back. Alright guys, so now we're going to torque these down to manufacturer specifications, and then we can start working on putting the brake pads in and getting ready for the caliper. Alright guys, we cleaned it up. Everything's fitting good now and it's running smoothly. Let's put together the caliper. We're going to put the caliper on. The Brembo brakes came with some new nuts or bolts with a little bit of Loctite, as you can see on it from factory, so that's good. So we're gonna push these in. Remember to grease your sliders. So I usually get to put the top in first, then we'll slide the top on like that. Push that in so we can get the piece on, and then we'll put the nuts in or the bolts in to we gotta get it level. Okay, top one is on. Let's get the bottom one on. Now we're going to take our 13 and our 15 so we can hold the nut here while we tighten this one here. Snug that up, and it's looking pretty good. Now we gotta just do the brake line. I believe this is a 15. I don't like how that's fitting. Let's use this one instead. Ooh. Nope, that's not the right size. $14mm, that's what I was looking for. So I believe that's down. Take that off. Do is we'll keep the brake line straight so that we can screw it in properly. Take your time. Do not cross tread this or else you will not be happy. Got our 14. And just snug this up. We're gonna have to come back and torque everything properly. Honestly, check your year and model to get the correct torque specs on everything, because this is a 2016. The torque specs on this will be different than a different car, like on an earlier car, which I found out. So if I can find the specs, if they're all around the same, I'll put it in the description. If not, check your workshop manual, do some research, you can find it out. But right now I'm just gonna snug this up, and then we're gonna hook it to the other line here, to the hard line, which is pretty easy. Alright guys, so as you can see, we have the new rotor on, drilled. We've got new Brembo ceramic pads on. We've got the calipers painted, and we have the Turner steel braided brake lines installed. So I think it's a really good, I think this is a really good upgrade for the rear. I have never used these Brembo ceramics before, so we're going to find out how good they are. We're running them on the rear and also in the front on the OEM Brembo 4-piston calipers on the M Sport. We're running the same exact type of pad, so hopefully we won't have a lot of dust, and hopefully the braking is still good. I'll probably do a review on that once everything is said and done, but I think this is going to close out our video here today. Remember guys, like, share, and subscribe. We're looking to hit hopefully 5,000 by December. I think we're on a good track to do that, and then the next one's 10,000. So if you guys are a long-time viewer or a new viewer and you're interested in the stuff that we're doing here, please hit that subscribe button. And I always like to hear in the comments from you guys if you see anything that you think I should have done differently, something that might be wrong that I did. But right now everything looks good. We're gonna hook everything back up. I got to throw the Autel back on it and take it out of service mode, and then we can kind of start, you know, cleaning everything up and wrapping up this install with everything else. But guys, like I said once more, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.